Hey guys, this is Sonny Edmondson from Excavate Gaming. My username says Sonny Edmondson, but if you go to my channel, it should say at the top Excavate Gaming. It might not. I don't know. I haven't been on my channel in forever. But this is my first commentary. If you've watched any of my other videos, which I doubt you have, but if you have watched any of my other videos, you'll see that I'm very big into MX Simulator and Yu-Gi-Oh! MX Simulator is probably going to be a very big topic of my channel as I continue to grow. I'm trying to be a big YouTube channel like Dio is and like Burley was. I don't even know if he still uploads anymore. Um, I'm hoping to upload some videos to Verbmodo, so if you if you see my name on Verbmodo, then you'll know what I've done. This is my best but worst race in MX Simulator Online. I believe that as the race goes on, you will see why it's my best and worst. Um, it's one of the worst races where I've pulled a whole shot like I did. I'm probably not going to talk very much about it because I had something in plan to talk about, and I don't really want to get off track from that. I tend to trail off, and when I trail off, I can't think of what to say. Like, I think faster than I can talk, and it just confuses me. So I'm trying to make sure I don't get too confused while commentating this, and I don't want to, like, confuse anyone else or anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and start my topic, and I'm probably not going to talk about the race at all from this point on. So what my topic is what do you think of the 2013 season so far, and what are your predictions for the future? I'll go ahead and start with the 250 class. Um, with the West class, since we just got out of them, I'm honestly seeing a comeback by Tomac. I don't really want to see it, but I am seeing it. Tomac this year is showing so much confidence. He's showing so much momentum, and Dio's mentioned it before. I'll go ahead and mention it. He he seems to be on a rampage every single lap. Like a lot of riders, you'll see them with a 20-second lead on the last lap, and they'll go around with one hand on their bike, just jumping the triples, not even jumping through the rhythm section or anything, just taking it real slow through the whoop section because they know they've won. But Tomac, those first 3 rounds, he had pretty big leads, and on that last lap, he was still rocking it as if it were the first lap, and he had someone right on his tail. So, the only case that we've seen so far that I can think of where it's been any different is San Diego, where Roczen almost beat him at the last line. I mean, the last section, he was right there, and you could see when he landed and his head just bobbed forward and bobbed back. You could see he was upset that he couldn't get it, but like he said, he took it as a win for himself. And I was actually talking with my buddy about this. We think that he took it as a win for himself because he came out of it 17 points ahead. And I actually thought this was kind of funny. I realized it during the race. Every single time that Tomac has gotten first, Roczen has gotten second. But when Roczen gets first, Tomac is always back further. I mean, in Oakland, he had a pretty good excuse for being back further, considering he landed on his face in the whoop section. But I think it was A2 or A3. He won A2. At A3, he was third, and I mean, that's no way to keep a points lead or even get a points lead. So I just I like I like Roczen. I think Roczen's a very good racer, and I think of the 250 class, he's one of the riders that deserves it the most. Um, Tomac is a good rider. I will give him that. I don't like, though, that he seems to think that he deserves to be on a 450. He's a good rider. He looks good on the 450. We've seen it the past 2 years in the Monster Energy Cup. He looks good on the 450. But I think that with only one championship under his belt and only a few years of experience, he he can't really dictate when he thinks he's ready for the 450 class because I mean look at Barsha. He he was in the 250 East class for 2 or 3 years, I think. Two of those were championship years, but still it was only 2 or 3 years, And then they moved him up to the 450 class, and he's not finished 2 races, and he's only got 1 win, which, I mean, that's more than most rookies can say. They usually don't get a win for quite a while, but he was one of those really good riders that looked like they'd be pretty dominant in the 450 class if they were to move up, which he did. I'm rambling. I ramble a lot, but I hope it doesn't bore you guys too much. Um, so, on to the 450 class. 250 class, West, my predictions are that Tomac will come back and take the championship. I'm actually not sure who's even racing in the East class. I haven't done very much research on it. I remember Dio saying something about the Pro Circuit team and how they were always one of those big teams that should have been winning, and then for the 250 for the 250 West, sorry, they didn't have very much, and then you go into the 450 class, and they didn't have very much riders that were really getting them up in that top 10 position and everything. And just a side note, I'll go ahead and talk about the race. That 105 flat that I just got, that's my fastest lap time on this track. I don't race this track very often unless I am in 03. If I'm not in 03, then I'm usually racing one of the 2013 tracks, whether it be in single player or in 02 or any server. I mean, I like to race in servers. Anyway, I have no idea who's racing in the 250 East class. I mean, with Malcolm Stewart and Roczen moving over to the West class, I don't even know. I'm going to have to wait until the East class actually starts up to know who's racing. And so on to the 450 class. I'm really happy for Millsaps. I think that of a lot of the guys out there, Millsaps is one of the people that deserves the red plate the most. I think that if he wants to, he can take this championship. If he wants it bad enough, I think he can do it. He is one of those riders in the past few years that I've been watching. I've noticed that he just kind of sticks in the back of the bottom of the top 10. I mean, he's consistent, but before he was consistently top 10. Now he's consistently top 5. I think his worst finish this year is a 4th, and that was at A2. And that was because of a little mistake going back down the start straight when Reed got around him. That actually kind of made me mad because I'm not really a Reed fan. I'm actually a Stewart fan, but Stewart hasn't been doing so great this year. Sometimes it seems like he's only racing for the money anymore, which he's not getting very much money if he's not winning. So, a lot of people say that I'm a Stewart fan because at the time that I became a Stewart fan, he was the best. He was the person that was winning. Well, that's not it. I mean, I guess it could be turned into that, but the reason that I am a Stewart fan is because I used to be a Ricky Carmichael fan, but then, of course, he retired halfway through the 2007 season, and all that was left was Stewart and Reed. I've never been a Reed fan because I don't like the way he rides, and I became a Stewart fan because he was one of the only people that could actually give Carmichael a challenge. Reed every once in a while would step his nose in and be like, okay, this race is mine. But Carmichael was almost always on top of Reed in the points and in the positions in each individual race. Now, though Stewart couldn't get it done in the championship standings, he was able to get it done in the races. And so that's why I became a Stewart fan after Carmichael retired. And, yeah. So, I'm not very happy with Stewart's performance this year. I've been hoping that he would be one of those guys up in the front, and this is my noob in the game. I've been playing for like 6 months, but I still do really shitty things like that. But I would love to see Millsaps take this title. I honestly do not think that he's going to. I think that he will hold the red plate until Daytona, and then after that, I think that Villopoto will take it over because Villopoto's got so much momentum, and I believe that it will be Villopoto or Reed at the end of the year with the championship. So this video is coming to a close. I actually don't even stay for much of it. So like, subscribe for more. See you later.